So Giselle, in your role as a psychologist, but also someone who's really experienced with yoga, if I was seeing someone with sleep problems and they wanted to look at yoga as an option, how would you advise them to incorporate that as part of their treatment?
Well, yoga is also a mindfulness practice, and yoga is also a way of living. It's much more than just the physical practice that people often think about when they think about yoga. It's a whole sort of philosophy, really, which incorporates ethical ways of living, ethical ways of being, interacting with others, and as well as breathing practices, physical practices, meditation, and there's a spiritual component too, sort of connecting into sort of a higher consciousness, if you like. So that's a bit of a brief summary on yoga, just to explain that it's more than just a physical practice. But for people to try yoga, the first thing to say is that yoga is for everyone. It's not for people who just like being in lycra and doing all sorts of poses.
I'm not very flexible, so
it's for everyone, and it is really a practice of mindful stretching, mindful awareness as well. So I would recommend people try a hatha yoga class and be really comfortable talking to the teacher really about the class, to say you're an absolute beginner, it's the first time you've tried it, may even explain that you've had some problems with sleep, and not compare yourself to anyone else in the class, and find a teacher that you feel is right for you. Maybe a bit of searching for different classes to get that right fit.
And as part of the mindfulness groups that we run, yoga is part of that.
It is, yeah.
So how does that sort of fit if people are doing mindfulness training and yoga and working on that as part of helping sleep?
One of the benefits of doing a 6-week or an 8-week mindfulness training course is that you learn a whole range of mindfulness practices within that training. And yoga is a really important component of that. So in week 3, you're learning different mindful stretching approaches, and most people are provided with the recording, so you can practice that at home as well. So it's a great way to be introduced to yoga and to be in a group situation where everyone's learning it for the first time.
And you talked about hatha yoga. Maybe I didn't get the pronunciation right.
Hatha yoga, yes.
Yeah. But what other styles of yoga are there?
There's many different styles of yoga. So some of them people might have heard of: Iyengar yoga, Vinyasa yoga. There's multiple. So Hatha tends to have a focus on breathing and awareness. Some of the more advanced yoga practices, like Iyengar or some power yoga, is probably a little bit too focused on the body, and I think a hatha yoga approach has a bit more of a holistic approach for people.
Yeah, often when I'm working in India, people are quite focused on breathing-focused yogas. So how might you use those?
With the breathing-focused yoga, as part of every class, there's always training in breathing awareness. So you often begin the class with the breathing practice, and all throughout the class, you're focusing on breathing throughout all of the different poses. And towards the end of the class as well, we often do a meditation that can start with some breathing practice as well. So it is very much it's intrinsic to yoga.
Thanks, Giselle.
For the A to Z of sleeping well, head to the Hub, sleephub.com.au.